मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So today we are going to see the sloka number Bhagavad Gita 2.13, second chapter, 13th sloka. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। She, can you read? Kamakshi, you can read. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। She, can you read? देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। Pratyusha, please read translation. Yeah.
Dehinah of the embodied asmin in this yatha as dehi in the body, kaumaram boyhood, yauvanam jara old age, tata similarly dehantara of transference of the body, prapti achievement, dhiraha the sober, tatra that na never, muhyati is deluded. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Okay. So here we are seeing that 2 points. So the embodied soul. So soul is present in our body. That because of that soul, we are having changes in the body. And the soul, the embodied soul which is there in our body, this body undergoes different, because soul is presence is there, this body undergoes different changes. So initially it will like small baby, and then it will grow kid, and then youth, and then old age, and after that when the body is not eligible to live, the soul leaves the body and chooses another body. And here also it's mentioned that sober person is not bewildered by such a change. We will see who is sober person also. Prabhupada explains in the purport. And before that, we have to understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. So let's take small activity. So we will write down what all belongs to us, like what we feel this is mine, like my book, my kid, and my husband, like that. So you please make some list, 10 to 15 items, 10 at least. Please write down what and all you feel that this belongs to me, this is mine. 10. Yeah, please. 10 things at least. Done? So Pratyusha, few things you can read out. Kamachi is done, no? Few things, 1, 2, please tell.
My mind.
My body. You have already written my body, okay.
My mind.
Okay.
My parents, my sister, my education, my phone, my aunt, my uncle, my bag, my purse, my voice, my friends.
Okay. Hare Krishna, thank you for joining. Please come. So what did you write?
I also say Mataji.
So you have written like my book, my education, my parents, my kid, or my books maybe, my job. So what, my family. So when we take example of whatever it may be in the right side of the sentence, book, family, parents, are they different from us? Are they different from us, or they are us only? Like they are different, right? My book is different and my is different. So when I say my book, this book is different. It is, I may say that it is mine, but it is different, and I am different, right? So similarly, when I say my body, so my body is definitely, it is different, and my is different. That my refers to soul. Soul is different from my body also. Body is temporary. We know that this is like, we cannot stay permanently in this body. Definitely we should leave one day from this body. So that body will not have any value without the soul. So soul is different, body is different. We are not this body. So our consciousness should be like, no, we should, it is said in spiritual life, this is the basic principle that we should start with, ABCD kind of, it is A. We should understand we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And if we see, with the time the body will change, body is changing, like we were not like the same before 10 years, like before 10 years if we take the picture we will see huge difference. So body will change and our mind will also change, our emotions will change, each and every time the emotions will change, and also our preferences, we may like something now and after some time we like something else. So our preferences will change, and something which will not change is our soul, that will not change. We cannot cut the soul, like it cannot be burned, we cannot see the soul, it's very minute in size. So these are few like no like characteristics of soul. Now here the sober person will not be disturbed. Prabhupada here in purport he tells that we no need to, like no, Arjuna doesn't need to lament. Why he doesn't need to lament? He is lamenting because his close relatives who are more than his lives, they are going to die in this battle. That's why he is worried so much. But if we see, the war is happening in Kurukshetra, which is Dharmasthala, and like Dronacharya and who else, Bhishma, they are like noble people. They will definitely get better birth next time, next body. They will get better body. They may, because of their noble caste, I mean noble nature, they did all good things. So they will go to better planet, maybe spiritual world or new, heavenly planets. Definitely they will get a better position than in this body. So he no need to lament. That Prabhupada tells in the purport. And also he talks about Dhira. So who is Dhira here? Dhira is a person, sober person. So who is Dhira? Dhira is a person who has the perfect knowledge of the constitution of the soul, what is super soul, and what is nature. Nature is both material and spiritual. The Dhira will know these three things very well. So what is spirit soul? It is Jivatma, and it is part and parcel of super soul, which is Paramatma, and he knows what is material and what is spiritual. Material something is material which is not, it is very temporary. It may be real, but it is temporary. We cannot use it for long time or eternally. It is not eternal. And spiritual is something which is eternal, and here it is like Satchit Ananda. That spirit nature, that soul is Satchit Ananda. He is full of knowledge, he is eternal, and he is like no Ananda. He is always having the blissful. That is his nature. So Dhira will know these details. And here it also Prabhupada, like Krishna says in 2.13, he will not be disturbed by the bodily changes. No, we are not bothered like how we were, we were young, we were like looking very good, now we are not good. We are not thinking so much about that. Though we are not though we are full of bodily conscious, we are at least this much, like we are not worried much, oh I was very young and now I became old. It's nature, we are able to understand that this is how the process works. And similarly, Dhira will also tolerate the body change. When soul changes from one body to another body, it doesn't lament. Okay, that nature he will have. So Dhira will know, first thing is what is super soul, what is spirit soul, and what is nature, which is material and both. And he also not bewildered by the bodily changes. Also he is not disturbed. Also he says, it is said that in 2.14 it will come, he tolerates dualities. He will tolerate dualities like sad, happy, success, failure. So these dualities, he is in both the situation, he is steady in his consciousness, in his actions, in his speech. He is not disturbed. Okay, this much you are able to understand, no? So this kind of person, he is eligible for liberation. Who can become eligible for liberation? Person who knows, who is spirit soul, who is super soul, who is like nature, who knows the nature and the relationship between the super soul and the spirit soul, and who is steady in both in dualities, who tolerates bodily changes, who is not disturbed by bodily changes. he is eligible for liberation. So this is what Prabhupada says in the purport. Also here in purport, Prabhupada also say talks about the refutation of Mayavadi. What is Mayavadi principle? Anybody knows what Mayavadi thinks? Yes, oneness of the soul. There is no multiple souls, only one soul, no individual soul. All can merge in one soul and it will split, and then many souls will be created, cut into pieces. Now we are reading about the soul's nature. It cannot change. Soul cannot change its nature. Soul is always eternal. We are individual spirit souls eternally. We are fragmental portion of the Lord, and we will not merge with the Lord. We have our own individuality. So that is proved in this verse. Individual soul will not merge with the super soul. So our principle is soul cannot be cut into pieces. The soul as the eternal, it is eternal fragmental portion of the Lord. But there is a difference between spirit soul and super soul. So if you know, we can share, what's the difference between what is spirit soul, what is super soul? Spirit soul. Yeah, very good. Soul has the same, even Supreme Lord is also Sachidananda Vigraha. Even individual soul also has the same nature, same quality, but quantity wise we are very, very minute in nature. We are not controllers. He is our controller. We also have, we can take a gold big brick and the small portion of it. So both as gold, this art is also gold, this is also gold, both as the same quality, same nature, but then it is very minute in nature, and it cannot become equal to the big brick, right? So that is how we are, we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we are not Krishna. We are minute individual entities. Okay, what else? Difference between Paramatma and Shiva.
Spirit soul desires and super soul sanctions.
Yeah. One main difference is there between spirit soul and super soul. Super soul will not, is Achyuta, is infallible. He will not be disturbed by this Maya. But our the individual soul, he is fallible. He can be influenced, he can be disturbed by Maya. So here Prabhupada also compares Arjuna is compared with the individual soul, spirit soul, and Krishna is super soul, supreme Lord, and he is not disturbed, and Arjuna is always no disturbed. He is disturbed now in the battlefield. So he is so spirit soul, though he is eternal, he is Sachidananda, everything, he is equal to the Lord, but then he has the same nature of the spirit super soul, but still he is fallible, he is influenced by Maya. He get affected by Maya, material nature, material energy. So we should understand, even after liberation, we will become perfect and we liberate from this body. So though we achieve the spiritual world, we will remain individual. We will not merge with the Lord. That Prabhupada was pointing in the purport. Here also Prabhupada gives one analogy, when the sky is reflected in the water. So in the water we can see lots of stars and one moon. So that moon is compared to Supreme Lord, super soul. The individual sparks are compared to individual souls. So that example Prabhupada is given to make us understand. Also here we are seeing that Arjuna is compared with the spirit soul who is getting instruction from the supreme soul Krishna. So when we are also following instructions from the Supreme Lord, our that fallible nature which we get disturbed by the Maya, that can change. When we follow the Supreme Soul's order, he helps us to come out of this material attachments, and get the eternal, go back to the eternal world. When we are ready to accept, the instructor instructions. So spirit soul is instructed person, and the super soul will instruct. He is instructed, he instructs. So we are talking about sober person, right? Sober person is not disturbed by birth, bodily changes, youth, and then old age, and even after death. Like when the body, when the soul leaves the body and goes to another body, he is not disturbed. And we also wanted to become such a sober person, right? And so that we will also be eligible to go back to Krishna. Otherwise, we have to come back again and take birth and death. Will repeat again. So that's why we are here and talking about Bhagavad Gita. Wanted to read, attend classes. So we have seen few sober person in our life. So any like is in ISKCON or from the scriptures, whom you feel that who have taken up, who have become sober, who are like sober, we know, who is not affected by the bodily changes, and who sees, who tolerates the duality, and who knows, he knows what is his constitutional position. So anybody you can remember from scriptures or our life, yeah. Who else can be live exam? Bhishma. So okay. Prahlad Maharaj, he was always in that consciousness that he is servant of the Lord. Whatever comes, he was very fixed. So we can, yeah, very good example. Prahlad Maharaj and Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, we are seeing live example is our Guru Maharaj. No words. That body is definitely not fit to live. But still Guru Maharaj struggles so much. Anything he is not disturbed in still. His travel not disturbed, his preaching not disturbed. And he is not disturbed. He is every day reading, giving classes, reading books. His services are still, it's increasing, it's not decreasing because of his bodily changes. Okay, and I remember one pastime of Guru Maharaj, after his stroke, when he was due to his stroke, he was admitted in the hospital, and after doctors were like hopeless, but by Krishna's mercy we got our Guru Maharaj back. And when he came to his consciousness, he asked his servant to bring a slate and write something to write on the slate. So he wrote, it seems that I am not this body. I mean, at that position, if I was, what we will think, like, why everybody, we are seeing few devotees who are worried so much because of their family problems. Though I am chanting 16 rounds, though I am like serving so much to Krishna, I still have so many problems. Why Krishna is treating? Sometimes we may think, we may doubt Krishna, but sober person is not disturbed. Because we wanted to become a sober person, we should also learn to tolerate both. Okay, so we are seeing some examples like Parikshit Maharaj also we can see. When he got to know that in 7 days he has to die by snake bite, but he was not disturbed. Immediately he gave his kingdom to his son, and he took this opportunity because he is a devotee of the Lord. He could tolerate the pain. I mean, he also has the capability to curse him back. He didn't do that. He took this as a good opportunity, and he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadev Goswami and perfected his life, and he left his body and reached the spiritual world. So like that, we have many examples from scriptures, and we have many devotees surrounding us, who are very fixed in their services, who really wants to follow and wants to follow Bhagavad Gita in their life, and they are inspiring devotees for us also. So we can also become like that, but there are many processes. Krishna also tells in the Bhagavad Gita, how can you get liberated? Different yoga he explains. Yoga. Different yoga process he explains. First he says karma yoga, do at least karma by surrendering the results to me. So karma yoga, and become jnana yoga, get jnana about the soul and get perfect. Jnana yoga and Ashtanga yoga, and then we have the Bhakti Yoga. So all this yoga Krishna explains because in any one way he wants us to get purified and come back to him. If you wanted, he is giving many options, and he also says that Bhakti Yoga is the simplest and it is the best. We have, like, for different yugas we have different dharma to follow to, like, to perfect our life and go back to the world, spiritual world. So for, we know Satya Yoga, what we have to do? We have to practice yoga. That will work that time, but now it is very difficult. And in the Treta Yoga, by doing different yajnas. And then in the Dwapara Yoga, deity worship. They do lots of archana they do, and they deity big temples they constructed, and they were worshipping deities. And now for Kali Yuga, best process is to chant the holy name of the Lord. That is the process to realize ourselves who we are, and practice. Like in Bhakti Yoga, it is said that 99.99% of our devotional service depends on the pure chanting of the holy name. And even in that, the best chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna Nama. So it is also said in the Gita Mahatmya, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani, Karma Ekam Tasya Devashya Seva. So let there be one God, that is Krishna. Let there be one Shastra, that is Bhagavad Gita. Let there be one name, that is Krishna's names. And let there be one karma, that is acting only for Krishna, doing only bhakti, so whatever pleases Krishna. So that is Bhakti Yoga. So that will help us. And in also 9 process of devotional service we have to follow, like, and so chanting is highest. We understood that chanting is like the when chanting is perfect, then other services will follow, and others can also become perfect. So to make the chanting perfect, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu helps us. He tells who can chant the holy name of the Lord continuously, constantly. Who can chant? Sranat api sunichena, tharor api sagisnuna, amanina manadina, kirtaniya sadahari. Who can chant my holy name continuously without any disturbance? Who is ready to respect everybody without expecting respect from them? Who is ready to tolerate more than a tree, and who feels himself, who is very humble, who feels himself lower than the straw in the street? Only those people can chant my name constantly without, we should chant without offenses. That's very important. So are we ready to take up these 3 in our life? That's, we have to check. If I want, I have to, like, if I want to progress in my spiritual life, yes, then I have to follow. And we will ready to accept for the changes, for the good cause. So then our chanting becomes perfect, and our Bhakti Yoga process will also become perfect, and we can, through the process, we can also become Dhira and become eligible to go back to Krishna in spiritual world. That's all I have. Thank you. So any doubt you can ask.